Okay, so it's a beautiful day right now in Seattle, Washington, on Lake Washington Boulevard right now, as you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see. Beautiful place. Anyway, what are we talking about in this video? Well, we're talking about the feds and something that has been a worry slash been, something that I think a lot of folks in the industry that really have paid attention to this part, this aspect, this issue, have been kind of waiting for, right? It's kind of a matter of time but it's interesting how it's just come about. Now, what am I talking about here? So, looks like John Schroyer, either via, I think, Green Market Report, or maybe another news channel, broke the news yesterday. I got sent this by a bunch of people, and I know some other people are posting about it. But looks like John Schroyer, I believe so. If I got that wrong, let me know. But broke the news that it looks like that the feds are going to be looking into specifically the legal California companies, and supposedly they say there's four, in their mind, there's four really big legal California cannabis producers that, are sending a bunch of, work over to New York. And there's, this kind of, people are complaining, I think, in the legal market in New York. But it looks like, the feds are going to start to look into these, supposedly four, producer processors that are doing, putting a ton of work, and sending it over to New York, to the illicit market there. And what they're claiming is that these four companies, they have, it's not just weed, right? It's more so the fact that these companies are actually money laundering operations for different, organized crime groups. So, to give you guys really like the scoop on this to a certain degree, obviously, there's four specific ones. That's interesting, because there's just a lot of companies in California. But, some people are saying, oh, maybe it's going to be Glass House Farms. I did a whole video on that. Who knows? I don't actually think that that's going to be the case. If I had to make a prediction on that, just because they've got political connections. But it does look, it is interesting because, there's definitely some, you hear murmurs about, some, Eastern European, mafia groups or, organized crime groups that are, utilizing this legal industry in the United States as a money laundering operation. Now, who knows really what is the exact deal? This may be just a cover for, the government trying to take out specifically, specific companies that don't have political protection. Who knows? Well, I think, and if you're a really big producer processor in California, I recommend you get some political protection, because, they're going to start doing this because, there's just too much money being lost in the legal market. And now that New York is starting to complain here, and there's people with big money that, have stakes in this, that are trying to protect that and trying to, get rid of this illicit market, they're going to use all the tools in their tool belt to make sure that they can start to actually make some, get what they were quote unquote promised, right? Which was, a pretty much a control in the market that, via limited licensing, which, in my opinion, is bullshit, right? I think at this point, limited licensing is just a means for corruption, and really we should be, there needs to be some, regulation. There needs to be some, limitation to a certain degree. But at the end of the day, let the market, let capitalism actually work. That's what I always say. But we're now in this era, unfortunately, where we're not, that's not really the era we're in. The era that we're in is now utilize the government to take out your competitor, right? Utilize the government to, win you the battle, quote unquote. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see, guys. Like I said, it's just came out. The news just came out. There's definitely groups that have, potentially been utilizing the legal industry here in the United States as money laundering operations. But, you can make an argument that, I'm not justifying that too. I don't think that's good. I don't think we definitely don't want to have, big organized crime groups, involved with this industry. But at the end of the day, the biggest mobster in the world is the U.S. government. And what do you think is going on in all these wars? They're money laundering themselves, right? This is like money laundering going on with all these different wars. Now that's a whole separate issue. I don't want to dive into that. I know it's like we could go on to that forever and ever. But yeah, really interesting stuff. Highly recommend you guys go check out the green market report that just came out. And it's going to be interesting to see, guys. But it looks like they're starting to look at, specifically, the last thing I'll say, they're specifically trying to look at now. The DEA hasn't officially come in yet, but it looks like the U.S. State Department and I believe New York is going to work with, I can't remember the name of the agency right now. I believe they're going to look at money laundering charges. They're going to look at human trafficking charges. They're going to look at, those are going to be the big ones. And they're going to look at specifically this whole loophole that's going on in California, right? With the ghost distros, right? The ghost distros are the means pretty much for all of this, pretty much to be technically above board. Now at this point, there's THCA, there's the hemp stuff. So it's a huge mess. I mean, there's just a ton of problems going on. It's getting chaotic, but it is definitely getting interesting, folks. It is definitely getting interesting, and it's going to continue to get really interesting. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Let me know what you guys think, though. What's your thoughts? Are they going to close the ghost distros? Are they going to, what's going to happen here? Who are these 4 companies apparently that, is mob tied or whatever it may be, whether it's, who knows? Let me know your guys' thoughts, though. Really appreciate y'all. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, follow me on the socials, and follow me on all the other, Retro Tech account, LMC account. Anyways, LMC signing out. Hey.